Breaking news first at 5, a massive shakeup in the college sports world. And here in the Northwest, Oregon is leaving the Pac-12 to join the Big Ten. The university's Board of Trustees voted today to accept an invitation to switch conferences. Thank you for joining us on this Friday. I'm Laurel Porter.
And I'm David Moko. It looks like the Ducks are not alone here, with the University of Washington also headed to the Big Ten. These are moves with massive financial implications, and since they'll greatly affect who the teams compete against, changes that could also disrupt popular and long-standing regional rivalries. Let's get right to Orlando Sanchez in the newsroom. Orlando, these are big moves. They are huge news. Where do we even begin here?
Yeah, David, Laurel, here's what we know. The deal is done. The University of Oregon Board of Trustees held an emergency meeting today, unanimously approving the move to the Big Ten Conference, and the Big Ten has accepted. The U of O joins its new conference in August of 2024. Oregon's athletic director said it really came together in the last 24 hours. So why is this happening? Money is at the center of it. The Pac-12 failed to finalize a media deal that was on par with other major conferences around the country. Media deals are a key part of revenue, money that helps fund the entire athletic department, and it impacts exposure, how fans watch games. According to the U of O president, Carl Schultz, he expects about a total of $50 million per year with the Big Ten. That's significantly more than what the Pac-12 was reportedly offering. So what does this mean for rivalries? The Ducks and Beavers have been playing against each other on the football field since the late 1800s. Oregon Athletic Director Rob Mullins on keeping the rivalry alive.
Would be to schedule Oregon State in every sport that's possible. Football scheduling can be complicated, because of how far out it is, and the difficulty of playing non-conference games later in the year. But our goal would be absolutely to continue to play Oregon State.
Oregon's run in the Pac-12 conference dates back more than a century. The Ducks, Huskies, along with reports of the Arizona schools and Utah looking to bolt, the Pac-12 conference is gone the way we knew it. Back to you.
A lot of moving parts, but as we say, the end of an era here. Thank you, Orlando. As you can imagine, nowhere is this a bigger deal than in Eugene, right, where the news continues to spread all over campus and beyond. It turns out right now the U of O is hosting new student orientation, and Duck fans we talked to seem to be on board with Oregon's move to the Big Ten, at least for the most part.
Wherever they go, I'm still an Oregon fan. I mean, I'm still here. Wherever they go, I'm an Oregon fan.
I think this is exciting, and I think that what it's going to do on a national level for exposure for these schools that are transferring from the Pac-12 is going to be a positive.
There are some concerns. Republican state lawmaker Shelley Beauchart Davis of Albany previously said she wants to convene a legislative panel to understand the consequences of Oregon's move. The Oregon State graduate is worried about the economic impact. As things stand right now, the Beavers are one of the few teams left in the dwindling Pac-12. But it may be too late to do much since Oregon has already accepted, as Orlando said, the Big Ten's invitation. Stay with us for continuing coverage of Oregon's Pac-12 departure. Look for updates on the exit process and what life in the Big Ten will look like. You'll find that on air, online, and on our social media pages, as well as on KGW+.
Let's get to other headlines now, including a disturbing story in the Old Town Chinatown neighborhood where somebody threw a piece of granite through a window at the Lansu Chinese Garden. Let's bring in Mike Benner. Mike, you talked to the executive director of the garden. What is she now saying about this attack?
Yeah, David, she believes it was a biased crime, an intentional act, but I can tell you that police don't believe that. They say while a crime like this can cause fear and trauma, as of right now, there is no evidence to suggest this was a biased crime. Regardless, garden staffers are upset.
It's absolutely gorgeous. You walk in the doors and you literally feel like you are in China.
It was business as usual at the Lansu Chinese Garden Friday, at least for visitors. For Executive Director Elizabeth Nye, it was a difficult day.
We're very upset about this.
Nye says staff showed up to the garden Friday morning and found a window on the property's north side broken. The glass was shattered by a piece of granite.
It tells me, and what I believe is that this was an intentional incident.
Why exactly? Well, Nye says the granite was broken off the Chinatown gate at 4th and Burnside. The vandal then took the granite to the garden and hurled it through the tea house window. Nye says it screams bias crime.
These acts are designed to scare people and to intimidate people and to hurt people. So it's more than just a broken window.
Adding to Nye's suspicion about the vandalism, it comes just hours ahead of a Chinese festival slated for Saturday at Pioneer Courthouse Square.
It's very upsetting to everybody here.
And that explains why Nye and her staff are hopeful for an arrest in the case.
Of course, I have hope that we could find who is responsible. At the same time, we want to make sure that people know that this is happening in our community and that this is unacceptable.
Unacceptable indeed. We can tell you that Elizabeth Nye did file police reports with both the Police Bureau and the Oregon Department of Justice. Anyone with information about the case is urged to contact authorities. Back to you.
Thank you, Mike. Take a look at this picture. It's of Oregon Governor Tina Kotek signing the Pump Your Own Gas bill into law. This was shortly before noon today, and now Oregonians can pump their own gas at stations across the state if they want to. It's a big change, and Tim Gordon's been witnessing it today. Tim, how's it going out there?
Hey, Laurel, seems to be going quite well as far as we've seen. We've not seen anybody drive off with a nozzle stuck in their car or anything like that, at least at this downtown Chevron station that's by PSU, where they now have a self-serve and mini-serve set up for however you want it. But as you said, it's a big change for sure. After all, no self-serve has pretty much been the law of the land in Oregon since 1951. That's 72 years. Now there are certain rules to follow with this new setup. First, a gas station does not have to provide self-serve if they don't want to. So drivers, you do not have the right to pump your own gas if it's not allowed. Also, in more populated counties, stations can have half their pumps self-serve, but will need to keep at least one attendant available for those who want help. Either way, you get the gas at the same price. It may take some getting used to, but drivers here that we talked to seem good with it. However, they got their gas today.
I was surprised, honestly. Yeah, the signs threw me off. I was like, what's going on here? So, yeah, very cool.
Still love having someone else do it for me.
Why?
They're so nice.
Yep.
And I moved from somewhere where they don't do that for you, so I enjoy it.
I feel good, I feel like a man. I'm pumping my own thing now, so we got it, Oregon, go Oregon. We out here, man, 2023, man.
Good times at the pumps today for sure. Now, a couple of fun facts. The governor signed this, so it went into law right away after she signed it today, but it would have gone into law, it would have become law at midnight tonight just by the Oregon Constitution. That's the way that works because she didn't veto it. And now, New Jersey, just New Jersey, is the only state in the nation that says self-serve only. We're out of that racket here in Oregon. Guys, back to you.
Yeah, the Garden State now the outlier. Tim Gordon having fun at a gas station somewhere in Southwest Portland. Thanks so much, Tim.